are you ready to fire Pelosi? All right, we got the chairman of the Republican Party on the south side of Chicago. Now, is that the change we need in America? This is the change we need, and I want to thank Chairman Steele for coming out and supporting me in this important election. I want to thank Chairman Pat Brady for joining me again on the south side. This is his second time joining me. We reached out in the city of Chicago, and now we're in the south suburbs. I want to thank Jan Michaels Restaurant. They have been tremendous supporters of my campaign, and I ask that you support them, a small business that is being called a fat cat banker by our current administration. Certainly want to thank my wife, LaTanya, who's trying to hide over here. She's had to deal with a man running for Congress, but she's been my tremendous supporter. I want to thank all the candidates for coming out and all the elected officials and committee people. I want to thank you more importantly, because I think you know that this election is the most important election of my lifetime. I tell people in 1980 I was 6 years old, so I did not have an important election. But now, this election, with Nancy Pelosi at the helm of an 18-wheeler truck that's about to drive America off a cliff, has to stop. Mr. Chairman, when Democrats took office in 2006, Nancy Pelosi said that she was going to drain the swamp and have the most legitimate Congress in the history of America. Well, I hate to say it, but Senate Candidate 5 got caught in a drain when Nancy Pelosi tried to drain the swamp. This district has suffered a three-peat of political corruption, and my opponent is the third in that string of corrupt politicians who engage in pay-to-play politics, who engage in self-aggrandizing behavior, and now it's time to not only fire Nancy Pelosi, but to fire Jesse Jackson Jr. as well. Now, we've heard a lot of talk about not giving the Republicans the keys back, but the last time I looked, when Nancy Pelosi took control of Congress, the unemployment rate was 4.6%. All right. Only thing that's changed now is that the unemployment rate is now 9.6%. 2006, George Bush got a ride in the back of that 18-wheeler. Today, Barack Obama's riding in the back of that 18-wheeler. But the same people are running shotgun and at the wheel, and that's Nancy Pelosi and Jesse Jackson Jr., and we need the keys back so we can kick them out of the car. Since this Nancy Pelosi, Jesse Jackson Jr. Congress, and I say that because he's voted with her over 98% of the time, since they've taken control of the wheel of the car, Americans have lost 7 million jobs. 7 million. Since he went to Congress in 1995, our national debt has doubled from $7 trillion to $14 trillion, and he wants to spend more of your money, but I say no. He wants to raise more of your taxes, but I say no. He wants to borrow more from China, but I say no. This tax, borrow, and spend Congress under Nancy Pelosi and Senate candidate number 5 has got to stop. And that's why Michael Steele and the Republican National Committee have come to Matteson, Illinois to say it's time to fire Nancy Pelosi. It's time to fire Jesse Jackson Jr.